Raftus, Rufus, Golly Gosh, and the creepy Crawly. Raftus and Rufus, the two little toughs, were up early in the morning. They did like this time of day. Everything looked green and dewy on the ground. Sometimes, if there had been rain, there were puddles of water to walk through. Sometimes there were spiders' webs hanging between the trees. Sometimes they found beetles and other insects scurrying along the ground. Today was a brand new day, and Raftus and Rufus just knew something exciting could happen. Yesterday, when they had been collecting gum nuts for Golly Gosh, Rufus had an idea. Now, as they walked through the bushes, he remembered his idea. "I'm inspired," Rufus said to Raftus with a glint in his eye and a tilt of his head. Rufus liked listening to older bears talking, and yesterday he'd heard Isaac Inventory tell Kirsty Keykeep that he was inspired by his new invention. Inspired sounded like a very important word, a very grown-up word, and Rufus had said it over and over again to himself so he wouldn't forget it. "Why are you inspired?" asked Raftus. "Does that mean you don't feel well?" "No, of course it doesn't," replied Rufus. "Inspired means I am very clever." Rufus was sure that is what Isaac had meant. "Well," Rufus continued, "do you want to know why I am inspired?" By this time, the two little toughs had reached their cubbyhole and were sitting on the ground outside. "Go on then," said Raftus. "Why are you inspired?" Rufus began to explain to Raftus his good idea. "You know we have to take that bag of gum nuts to Golly Gosh today. Well, why don't we have a bit of fun with Golly Gosh? Remember we heard her tell Polly Post that she just couldn't abide creepy crawly things? Hey, Raftus, with all these creepy crawlies around here, why don't we find one and put it inside one of the gum nuts, then seal it up so the creepy crawly can't get out? We can watch Golly Gosh tip out the gum nuts, then start to clean them. When she gets to the gum nut with the creepy crawly inside..." "Oh, it'll be very funny," shouted Raftus. "What a good idea, Rufus. Let's find a creepy crawly straight away." Raftus found the perfectly sized creepy crawly, and Rufus held a gum nut he'd got out of the bag so that Raftus could put the creepy crawly inside. Then they put a little ball of mud in the hole so the creepy crawly couldn't get out. "Let's visit Golly Gosh now," said Rufus. "She will be starting to make up orders to deliver. We can see her before she goes out." A little while later, Raftus and Rufus arrived at Golly Gosh's general store. They peered through the window and, seeing Golly Gosh inside, knocked on her door with 4 loud bangs. "We've brought you more gum nuts, Golly Gosh," they said together as Golly Gosh opened her door. "Can we wait while you clean them, please?" "Of course you can," said Golly Gosh. "Sit over there at the table and I'll bring my cleaning things." Golly Gosh was the Arctos bear in charge of the gum nuts. When the gum nuts had been cleaned and dried and sorted, they became goo and were given to all the bears. Goo was the official currency at Arctos, and the bears used goo to buy things. Raftus and Rufus watched closely as Golly Gosh picked up each gum nut to be cleaned. They couldn't remember exactly which gum nut had the creepy crawly inside, though they knew it was one of the bigger gum nuts. The piles of cleaned gum nuts grew and grew. Where was the gum nut with the creepy crawly? Wondered Rufus. Suddenly, Golly Gosh jumped up and shouted, No! I can't abide creepy crawlies." And she tossed the gum nut off the table as the little creepy crawly made its way across the tabletop. Oh, the look on Golly Gosh's face was something to see. "I'll get it for you, Golly," said Raftus, crawling after the gumnut. He did this in a hurry, so Golly Gosh couldn't see the big grin on his face. Rufus was trying not to smile too, as he quickly picked up the creepy crawly and took it outside. "Here's the gumnut, Golly," said Raftus. "The creepy crawly has gone now." Thank you, little bears," said Golly Gosh. She didn't know it was Raftus and Rufus who had put the creepy crawly in the gumnut. "I'll finish cleaning the rest of these gumnuts this afternoon. Now, I really must get the last of these orders ready and deliver them to the bears. You've been such good little bears collecting the gumnuts for me. Here, I'll put some of Connie Candy's zestiny rocks in a little bag for you to take home. I always keep a big jar of zestiny rocks. All the bears love to eat them. Here's your empty sack. Come back as soon as you have collected more gumnuts. Bye for now." "Oh, it has been exciting," said Raftus to Rufus as they skipped along the bush track, eating the zestiny rocks. "Yes," said Rufus, "I was inspired, wasn't I? It was very funny." "What'll we do tomorrow?" they sang as they ran. "We'll think of something," Rufus said. "I'm sure we can." No creepy crawly was harmed in the making of this story. The end.